Microphone check. Got the sound check. Sound check. Sound check. See, webcam. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Look like we good to go. Microphone check. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me open up the chat over here. Today, there go my alarm. It's time to get started with the show here. You're now tuned into the network. Man, just want to be tripping today, man. The network. The YouTube channel that takes complex network topics, dumbs it down to a more simple language. And today's topic is going to be EIGRP. So I guess another simple EIGRP lab. As you can see, this lab looks a little simpler, right, than the other day. We only got two routers here. We got a host A sitting in this network, host B sitting on that network. We're just going to pretty much join these two into have these two become EIGRP neighbors, and kind of investigate the routes and stuff like that. So this is a real simple lab. Back to the basics here. I guess I felt like doing that after that debacle of an episode live stream yesterday. My routers just decided to trip on episode number, what are we at, 145 now? I guess it's the first time for everything, so it was all good, man. We was able to, start up another EIGRP lab and then and get that one going. And I want to thank all you guys that stayed rocking with me throughout that episode. Shout out to all of y'all that stuck around with me while I was trying to get my hardware going, and it obviously wasn't performing that night, yesterday rather. So as you can see, this is a lab we're doing right here. No, I believe we did that yesterday. I need to fix those what I didn't do it exactly how they wanted it, so that's why I didn't get a green check mark there. You'll get a green check mark if you do it exactly how they wanted it done. And I was able to get it working, but it wasn't how they wanted it done. I think it's because of the auto summary, and I just put the wildcard masks and stuff like that. So we're gonna work on this lab right here. Let me get that's the lab topology you just saw. I wanted to bring up where are the tasks though? I believe they are right here. There they go. There go the tasks right there. So I'll bring those up to the side. We'll give it a couple minutes for some people to tune in. In the meantime, in today's IT news, we got another acquisition headline. Broadcom will pay $61 billion to become the latest company to acquire VMware. I don't know if this is like a second or third acquisition of VMware, but apparently Broadcom is buying them out. Broadcom has spent billions buying up software companies in recent years. Chipmaker Broadcom will be acquiring VMware, which we all know they are responsible for like the VM machines, VM Workstation, and vSphere and all of that. We'll be acquiring VMware for $61 billion in cash and stock. The company is announced today. Broadcom is best known for designing and selling a wide range of wired and wireless communications chips, including Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chips, and the processors that power many routers and modems. But the company has spent billions in recent years to acquire an enterprise software portfolio, $18.9 billion for CA Technologies in 2018 and $10.7 billion for Symantec in 2019. Now, I remember the Symantec acquisition. I don't remember Broadcom being the ones that bought them out. Because Symantec used to be, weren't they named? No, I can't remember. Anyway, the VMware buy is much larger than either of those purchases, but it fits the pattern of Broadcom's other software acquisitions. Once the acquisition is completed, the Broadcom software group will adopt the VMware name. If approved, Broadcom expects the transition to be complete in 2023. This wouldn't be the first time someone paid a lot of money for VMware. See, I didn't know that right there. EMC first purchased the company back in 2004 for $625 million, or just under $1 billion, adjusted for inflation. EMC was acquired by Dell for $67 billion in late 2015, and the VMware was part of that acquisition. Dell sold many of its shares of VMware late in 2021 to help pay off debts, though Michael Dell continues to own about 40% of VMware's stock and remains the chairman of VMware's board. VMware makes most of its money from subscriptions to enterprise software products, which handle virtualization of PCs, which I mentioned earlier in this stream, and apps, networking, and security. As readers may know it better for consumer virtualization products, which include VMware Fusion for Mac and the free for home use VMware Workstation Player, which is what I use, right? Actually, no, I got Workstation, I believe, installed on here, don't I? Let me see. I got one. Yeah, Workstation Player is what I got on this one. I got Workstation Pro too, though. So, y'all know where I got that from, right? FBI, open up! No, I bought this from the store, man. Anyway, we got Professor Black Ops in the building with his stick of the day. He said, Eigrp Cisco router must be configured to implement message authentication for all control plane protocols. A rogue router could send a fictitious routing, I'm assuming that's fictitious routing update to a rogue destination. So yeah, we set up actually authentication yesterday between a couple Eigrp routers in this lab right over, where was it? Where was that lab? Oh, it was this lab right over here. We did authentication with that one. As you can see, it says right there, MD5 authentication is what we used. So, and Professor Black Ops is basically letting y'all know that in order to comply to STIG rules or STIG, STIG implementation guys, you would have to have authentication when you set up Eigrp, which we learned how to do yesterday, right? So today we're just going to do a simple Eigrp configuration. So shout out to Professor Black Ops for that one. Yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. I'm still mad about my routers yesterday, man. In case y'all didn't know, if y'all didn't watch yesterday's episode, my hardware just started tripping, man. And even off stream, while I was streaming in the background, I didn't shut it off those routers. The serial interface kept bouncing, so it was probably a cabling issue. Like I don't remember who said that yesterday. Probably Dave W. One of y'all said that in the chat. It looks like you have a cabling issue. So it's either that or I had either a bad WIC card like this. One of these bad boys is one of them, but I didn't want to spend too much time troubleshooting on the damn live stream, so it just kept bouncing up and down, bounce that ass. Look at that, that's crazy, man. Anyway, make sure y'all join that Discord server, and then you would have got that update right there, and would have seen that it wasn't that I didn't know what the hell I was doing, right? Are you fucking stupid? It was actually some sort of either cabling or hardware issue, some sort of layer 1 issue, so we couldn't get that lab going, but I'll give you guys an invite to my Discord server. So in case you want to know what time I stream, because it's typically daily between 6 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join the Discord server here. I'll pin it to the chat. Professor Black Ops, did you hear about that acquisition? I haven't heard about that one, just not until now. Broadcom apparently bought out VMware, and that's like another buyout or another acquisition of that company. But news to me. So anyway, that's the link to the Discord server. In case sometimes I'll give you guys like the tasks or a packet tracer lab that we're going to be doing on the stream ahead of time. You'll have to join the Discord server to know when that will be, and then you'll kind of get the inside scoop. And then there's other smart people in that room on the Discord server that helps out with any kind of questions you may have with if you're new to this stuff or whatever, or if you're just stuck on an issue at work or whatever. Who knows? Task number 1, I'll get started. I know we're getting kind of started quick today, but we're just going to get right into it. Configure router 1 with appropriate host name, which we all know how to do, right? If not, then you could just follow along, right? Router 1 is over there on the left-hand side, and we got router 2 on the right-hand side. It sounds like a referee. Jump on router 1. We go to enable mode, go to global config mode. We say host name is router 1. They also said configure the appropriate IP addresses on the interfaces. Refer to the IP addresses table, which is over here on my right hand side, and I'll show it to y'all if y'all want to see it. But that's the addressing guide. If you have Boson Netsim, you could just follow along with us, right? Shout out to the good folks at Boson. They gave me a copy of this application and kind of like demonstrate on my channel and stuff like that. I'm using version 13.18. What else was I gonna say? I'm gonna be doing another giveaway. I know I did a giveaway a couple months ago, but Buddy never hit me back. So when I said, "Hey, you are the winner, Apprentice there," he ain't never hit me back, and I just was like, "All right, well, I guess I'll have to do another giveaway." I was gonna wait until another milestone, like I don't know, 10,000 subscribers or something like that. But I need to give this away so y'all can do this shit with me, right? Anyway, interface FA00 is got the IP address of. So we'll go to interface, which is this interface over here on the left hand side. Let me make a copy of this addressing guide too, so that way y'all can see. I can explain this stuff. Bloop. Got some work stuff over there. We'll copy this right here. Where are we at? Where we at? Copy. We'll go. Where are we at? Come on, man. Things kind of slow. I feel like we've done this lab before. I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we've done this lab before. maybe a couple episodes back. It had to have been several months ago though, if that was the case. If that's the case. So that's the topology. We said we're gonna go to interface 00, right, which is this interface right over here. Right. We'll make it a little thicker and black. We're gonna do that interface right over there and give him that IP address, right? 101.1, right? IP address 192.168.101.1. Is that what we said? Yeah, no, I got a short term memory. 101.1, yeah. .1 /24, which is what? 255.255.255.0. All right, 0. We'll no shut that bad boy, right? Because we know out the box the interfaces are shut down. We got to do the serial interface, which is this one over here. What's that address? 192.168.1.1, right? And this is like wash, rinse, repeat here, right? Interface serial 0/0. So real simple stuff right here that we're doing. So in case you're new to this stuff, 192.168.1.1. Now you'll know how to configure an IP address on a router, right? .0. No shut that bad boy. That brings it up, right? No. How many times have you done this before, right? Bloop. No shut is what I meant to type there. Now that interface is up, so we turned up this interface and that interface. Now we need to configure this one over here, and notice it went back down. I don't know if y'all see that in the background there. It went back down. Why is that? Because this side is not up yet. Both interfaces, both sides of that interface of that link needs to be configured and up to be in an up state. Right now, router 1 shows it up down, right? How you see that? With our favorite command. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Show IP interface brief. IP interface brief, and we'll see it is. Let's go over there. Where's he at? He is up. Where is he at? No, he's down now. Actually, it's down. So we got to configure that side of the link right over here. His name is router. Host name is router 2, and we'll give the IP address. We'll do the interface serial 0/0. I believe it is 0/0. Professor Black Ops said Vmware NSX is big in zero trust networking. Yep, they sure are. But I was talking about that acquisition too. So I've been grinding on these AWS certs. Oh, people struggling, man. Listen, man, you know me, I'm like a lifelong CCNP learner, man. I've been trying to get this damn certification since like 2020 or 2019, something like that, man. But I need to hurry up and get it before my certification expires. So that's why I've been trying to lab every day. So this stuff stays fresh in my mind. His IP address is 192.168.1.2, right? You see it right there? 1.2. Right, that's the address we're doing for that one. 192.168.1.2 /24 subnet mask 24. No shut. And then you'll see that interface come up now, right? See it's up on this side now. Let's see. Yeah, he's up. Show IP interface brief. Bloop, bloop. And it's up down. I know why it's up down. Anybody want to take a guess? Why is this interface up down, even though we just configured it? Tell me some commands or something that I could do to see it came back down. I'll do the other interface. So I'm gonna fix this one right here. 101.100. And subnet mask /24, right? We're gonna race through this lab, and then I'm gonna bring this one back up, right? That's that interface. And notice, remember I was saying that as soon as we give that IP address and then turn it up, it should be up, right? But right now it's up down. It was down. We put the IP address on it, brought it up, and it said now it's up down, right? If y'all want, I'll read y'all the steps and tell y'all why, and it'll kind of clue you in, right? It said step 1 was configure router 1 with the appropriate host name. Did that. Configure the appropriate IP addresses on the interfaces. Refer to the IP addresses table. Did that. A DCE cable is connected to router 1. There's router 1. A DCE cable is connected to router 1. The serial link should have a speed of 64 kilobits per second. Enable the interfaces. Anybody know why? I pretty much said the answer right there. Clocking. Remember yesterday, and that's probably why this shit was all messed up yesterday. If y'all can see, remember the interface? I gave it to y'all in the Discord server, but I'll give y'all. It was doing this right here, but that might have been a cabling issue. But remember, we took off that clocking, and then it stopped bouncing. But then it just kept bouncing for some reason. So, but anyways, the clock rate command. Remember, we said one side is going to be doing the clocking, the other side is doing the receiving of the clock rate. So we had to set the clock command on that serial interface on router 1. So we go to global config mode, we say interface serial 0/0, and we say clock rate. What's the possibilities? They said 64 kilobits per second. You can't just put 64, right? This is in bits per second, so you gotta pretty much do the math. But right there, I'm not gonna do it. It's already, there's the option right there. 64,000 is what you gotta do, and that converts to 64 kilobits per second, right? 64000. Press enter. It should come down. Actually, there it is. It just came up, and that was it. I thought it was going to bounce. So now we do a show IP interface brief. We'll see it is now up. So it was the clocking that we had to do there. The next step was where he's at. Where's he at? Where they at, though? On router 1, display the routing table. Review the routes displayed. Note that only the routes displayed are the ones directly connected. So we go to router 1. And do a show, no IP interface brief, right? Show IP routes. That's the routing table, right? We have a C and an L, and then another C, and then another L. Let's examine this. Right? We have the 101.0 network. Where's that at? That is 101.0 network is over here. That is what stands for the L. Sorry, that is the C. I'll put a C there. Let's do this. Let's do this. This right here is the 101.0 network. That's the C. That's what that C stands for. Right? 101.0 network. Then we have 101.1. That is the interface that we configured. That was this right over here. That was that actual interface, 101.1. So that is the L. Connected. So we're connected to this network, and this interface right here is locally on this router. That's what the L stands for. C and L. See, if you even scroll up to the legend here, the C stands for connected, the L stands for local, right? That's what that is, right? Then what we have? Then we have another C and another L. What's the first C? 192.168.1.0. Where's that at? That is this network right here. This is the 1.0 network. So this is a C. And the other L is pretty much that interface that is right over here. 192.168.1.1. That is the other L. And that's what those stand for, right? Once we start configuring Eigrp between these two routers right over here, then we'll start seeing Ds. You would think you'd see E's, but no, they taking it, they change it up and they put a D there. So so that's what they said for that step, right? Next step was configure router 1 and router 2 with Eigrp so that all devices can ping so that all devices can ping any other device, right? Because right now, if we go to host A, and try to ping this guy right over here, host B, it probably won't work because he don't know about this router right here. Unless we do a static route or something like that, he don't know about this network. It's not connected or local. These are the only networks he know about. This C and the L, this C and that L. He don't know about this network that's sitting back here, right? This is from router 1's vantage point, right? So we go to router 1, and they said configure Eigrp. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all real quick. We'll go to host A and see if we can ping host B, which is over there, right? Ping, what's host B? Host B is 192.168.100.2. 192.168.100.2. See? Wait for it. Destination unreachable. It didn't make it there. So we have to either put a static route, some sort of route, so that way he know about this back here. So he know about this network that's back here. That way he can ping host B. So we'll go to host router 1. They said configure router 1 with Eigrp. Use the AS number or autonomous system number 10. Specify the correct wildcard mask. For anybody who's new here, you're probably wondering what the fuck is an autonomous system, right? It's basically routers that participate in the Eigrp. They must sit in the same AS or autonomous system. I'll even give y'all some cheat sheets on that, right? Shout out to packetlife.net. Let me see. Let me bring that up. Bring that ass back. Cheat sheets. Where we at? Where we at? I know we got some. I know we got some over here. Some quick fun facts about EIGRP, right? Stands for Enhanced Interior Gateway. Damn. Gateway Routing Protocol. What? Come on, man. So Enhanced Interior Gateway Routing Protocol. We said that we needed to use the AS number 90. What is an AS number? It's an autonomous system number. And like I said, for routers that participate in EIGRP, we can have like 2 routers, which we're going to do here. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 routers. For them to be participating in the same how do I say this? Participating in EIGRP together, they need to be the same AS or autonomous system. That's what these ASs right here stand for. So again, if you want this cheat sheet, go to packetlife.net and it gives you some basic fun facts about EIGRP right here, right? Except the goddamn definition autonomous system. I thought it would have been in here, but there it is, right? Well, that's pretty much the header, what an EIGRP packet looks like. But I thought they would have had that in there, but apparently not. But anyways, just download that. There's a whole bunch of cheat sheets on there. They've been around in the network field for years, like I said. So how do we do that? We go to global config mode. We said router EIGRP 100, right? That puts in, I mean, not 100. They said use 10, AS number 10, right? I'll show y'all real quick. Question mark, and it says right there, it's any number between 1 to 65,535, the AS number, autonomous system number, right? We could use a named instance as well, but we're numbering them in this case, right? That puts you in EIGRP configuration mode, and then from there, they said to specify the network advertised and the correct wildcard mask. So we got a network from router 1's branch point, right? This from router 1. He know about those CNLs, right? So we need to advertise the network that's sitting back here and this network over here. So that way that'll put this interface in EIGRP and that interface in EIGRP. He really don't need to advertise that, but we need to do that anyway. That way, once we put this network in EIGRP, that interface right there in EIGRP, I know it looks funny right there, but that'll let this guy back here know about that remote network. So now he'll know about that network that's sitting back there, because right now it's blind to him. He can't see past that router unless router 1 let him know about it, and that's what we're doing here, right? So we go to router 1. We use the network address, right, which in this case is going to be 101.0. That is the IP address of that interface, but 101.0 is the network address. So we use the network address first, 101.0, and then the wildcard mask, which is the reverse of a subnet mask, right, is 000.255, right? Press enter, and then let's advertise the other network, which is this one over here. We'll put that interface in that network, which is the 192.168.1.0 network, right? So network 192.168.1.0 network, subnet mask of, or wildcard mask of that. That's the wildcard mask, right? So now we just put that interface in the EIGRP and this interface in the EIGRP. Now we need to do the same thing with this one, right? Vice versa. We go to global config mode. Again, it's router. And then that's pretty much all the routing protocols start that way. You just do router, use question mark, you see. You could do BGP, EIGRP, IGRP, ISIS, OSPF, OSPF version 3, and RIP, which nobody fucking uses. EIGRP, we said the autonomous system number was 10. That puts us in router config mode. We said network, what's the network address? We need to advertise, or we need to put this interface in the EIGRP and that interface in the EIGRP. So that way, this network will let him know about it. I'm sorry, not that back there. It will let him, this guy over here, know about that network because he can't see past this router, right? That make any sense? So now he'll know about it. That's what routing protocols do. They basically advertise other networks so that way other routers can share, and that's how the internet works, except with BGP. This is an interior gateway. This is an interior routing protocol. So this only happens on a local area network typically. But on the internet, they share routes using BGP, right? So we say 192.168. What we said? Let's do the 1.0 network first. 1.0 network. That's gonna put these two. Hold on. When we do 1.0, because OZ, right? Because this is in the 1.0 network. That's in the 1.0 network. That's gonna put these two right here. It'll give them a smiley first of all, and then it'll make them to participate in the EIGRP. Once we put this interface in the EIGRP as well, that'll advertise the other ones, right? If we had another network router sitting back here, then it'll put them two in the Eigrp, right? So on and so forth, right? But for now, we're just gonna be broadcasting that address. Wildcard mask, right? 000.255. We should theoretically get a syslog message right about. There it is right there. That lets us know we have an adjacency, right? Dual stands for diffusing update algorithm, right? Yeah, I think so. Let's look at our cheat sheet. DUAL, I believe it's diffusing update algorithm. Yeah, there it is right there. That is the algorithm, basically the math behind the math behind this shit right here. The math behind the Eigrp to calculate routes and stuff like that, right? Fun fact. GPSs use OSPF to figure out the fastest way somewhere, right? You know how we're using Eigrp right now, right? A GPS on your phone or your cell phone or in your car, it uses OSPF's shortest path first algorithm to figure out that's why they call it open shortest path first, to figure out the fastest way to get somewhere. Right now, we're just using basically another algorithm or another routing protocol, which is the Eigrp, right? So now what we do is we got an adjacency, right? Basically made these two guys neighbors. Now let's put this interface right here to advertise it to this guy, right? How we do that with the other network statement, 192.168. What was it? Let's put up our map, the 100.0 network, 100.0.100.0 subnet mask of 0.255. My daughter back there, man, she making a lot of noise, man. She just sound like a damn earthquake, man. Shit, man. I had a 7-year-old make that much goddamn noise, man. On router 1, display the routing table and review routes displayed. So let's go to router 1 real quick. Y'all hit that like button and that subscribe button, man. I'm gonna try my best to lab every day and stream every day. Hopefully these routers fucking work, man. Cause I'm gonna make sure I do a practice run. Cause I'm so mad about yesterday's episode, man. I'm really disappointed in that. Show IP routes. Remember what our routing table looked like before? We only had these CNLs, right, which are the connected and local routes, right? Once we run that again, not only do we have these CNLs, but we have this D right here, which is actually the Eigrp, as you can see by the legend, right? So we learned about this network right here, 192.168, the 100.0 network. That's from router 1's vantage point, right? What network is that? That is this back here. So now he know about that network. So theoretically, he should be able to at least send a request or ICMP request. And then since he know about this network back here, he'll be able to reply since he know how to get back there. And that's how it would be. We should be able to ping across, right? Display the routing table. Note that the routes displayed are both connected, directly connected, and the route advertised by router 2, which I just showed y'all. And then task number 6 is verify your configuration by pinging from host A to host B, which is the final task. And then we'll move on to the next lab. We'll do one more lab and we'll call it a night, right? So now basically we just want to ping from host A to host B. Real simple Eigrp lab, right? Go to host A, get on our knees, pray to the network gods, right? It was 192.168, 100.2, I believe it was. Wait for it. All I do is win, no matter what. All right, so we was able to ping from there to there, right? That's it for that lab. Let's, y'all got any questions? Let me know. Like I said, I know it's a real simple lab and stuff like that. Just to kind of, make up for yesterday, man, because I had it all cabled up, man. I was just so mad that this equipment would fail me, man. But I don't know. I'll make sure I do a practice run. You would think 150 episodes deep, I would have gotten this shit straight by now, right? But that was the first time, so I mean, for it to mess up like that. We'll do Eigrp. This lab I hadn't done yet, I don't think. Eigrp and wildcard masks. I'll give y'all some time to, I guess, recuperate. Let me catch up with y'all on the chats over here. We got Tube Tech in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. Hi, bro. Watching you live from Ghana. Oh, that's what's up, man. All the way in Africa, man. Unable to join the Discord server, bro. Oh, why not? Let me know why not. Do you have Discord? If you should be able to just click that link in the top of the chat, and then you should be able to join it. Are you getting an error or what? What's going on? We got Core in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said, yeah, the network, bro. We got Ab Osman. Appreciate you for tuning in. Kobe Ely. We got the all-star team in here. It's been a long day. Yeah, man. It's been a long day. Not really for me. I pretty much I had my daughter and stuff like that, and just been playing with her. She was actually helping me do some networking stuff, believe it or not. 7-year-old, man, a smart little girl. She ain't got no more school, so. So yeah, some more fun facts about Eigrp we can go over, and then we'll do that lab, right? The administrative distance is 90. That's something else we could. Oh, I should have kept that lab up. I should have kept that lab up. E even G is better. Yes, it is actually. It is better. I haven't ran into any issues on even G. Not that I think about it. I haven't, but I don't have it installed on this laptop. You could probably go back maybe, I don't know, 50 episodes back, and you'll see. I used to use even G on my channel. I haven't done it in a minute. It's just so much easier to just launch a Boson Netsim and then jump right into those labs that we have in there. And what else was I gonna say about that? So, oh, that's the default hold timers. I thought it was 4 and 10. I was thinking about OSPF. Yesterday, I mistakenly told y'all that. I said 4 and 10. It's actually 5 and 60 for the hello timers for Eigrp. 5 seconds for the... Oh, 5 and 15, rather. And then this, I believe, is for another type of network. So, 5 seconds to hello, and then hold 15. Probably just for a... either point network. I can't remember the difference between the two. We talked about the packet types over here. Hello, update, query, reply, and the acknowledge. There's 5, right? I got a whole video on this on my channel too. I need to go back to doing those tutorials again. But anyway, let's get started with the lab. And we'll call it a night. Understanding Eigrp wildcard mask. Remember we said it's the reverse of a whatchamacallit. It's like the reverse of a subnet mask. You say he's getting an error. What kind of error are you getting, man? I hope if you click the link that's at the top of the chat, you should be able to join. Because if you used one of the invites from an older episode, the link expires after 7 days. So you need to click this link that's at the top of the chat right over here to join the Discord server. So let me know. What's the error saying? Don't use the Discord server. Don't use the invite from 2 weeks ago or something. They expire after 7 days. Let me know. Do you have Discord installed? I don't know. I ain't like that's the first time I've seen anybody have an error before. He said I am doing one more test. All right, cool. First task, and looks like we got a Florida network over here, similar to our packet tracer lab, right? We got Orlando, Daytona, Tampa, Miami, Key West. This looks familiar too, not for nothing. Maybe I did this lab before, who knows. The link worked for me. See, so it worked for Ab, man. I don't know. Click that link that's in this chat right here. Don't click one from an episode from 2 weeks back, because those expire. So, task 1. The routers have already been configured. They got admin, they got a password, an enable password, and a VTY password, as if somebody's going to break into these freaking simulator routers. Examine the initial network. We only got 3 tasks, and then we're going to call it a night. On Key West, display the contents of the routing table. Where's Key West at? Key West is right over here. Pretty much the edge router. Let me zoom in right here. Bro, we got Diane Foster in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. I didn't see you in a minute. You must have been working and stuff. Admin is the password. Go to enable mode, and they said the password, I believe, was Cisco. They said look at the routing table, show IP interface. Oh, show IP route. We got several D's there. Throw some D's on up. Let me just widen this up so we can see it. Come on, man. There it is. I think I can slow. Remember what all these D's stand for? Stand for Eigrp. So we got some Eigrp routes. Let's run that back so we could look a little cleaner. Let's see. That look better? That looks better. There. So we got all these D's that lets us know we learned all these routes for Eigrp. Remember what I said about what the 90 stands for? It means it is the administrative distance, right? Internal administrative distance for Eigrp. What else we got in here? We got the metric, the next hop, etc., etc., etc. That's all they wanted to really see there. Refer to the network topology and Key West's routing table. Are all networks shown in a topology diagram listed as either directly connected or Eigrp routes? Yes. So we got this is directly connected. The C 5.0 network, which is, let me pull up the map so y'all can see. Let me see. Oh shit! All right, we'll use paint, but we'll use paint and then we'll zoom into it. I guess we'll do that. Let me see where that map at. Yeah, I'll have to zoom in, and then yeah, the 5.0 network is the whatchamacallit, the local area network. All right, now I'll show y'all real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Bloop, bloop. Come on, man. Give me a second, y'all.
24 hours later.
Hold on, goddammit, SpongeBob over there. So that way y'all can see. We're gonna examine the router table for sure, right? Copy, paste. This is one more lab. This last lab we doing, and we gonna call it a night. Move that bad boy over. Nope, I don't like that one either. Let's do a new one. No, don't save. Paste. Make that a little bit bigger. We'll do it this way. Bloop. There we go. All right, so we look at that routing table, right? They said let's look at it. We're directly connected to the 5.0 network. Where's that at? Let's grab my pen over here.
3 days later.
Hold on. That's the 5.0 network. So we're directly connected to this link over here. What else we got? We got this L. 5.1 is pretty much the interface. So it is locally on this router right over here, Key West, right? And that's what I mean by the C and the L, right? What else did they want us to say about it? Let me go a little bit thinner too. A little too thick. I know I like my women thick, but not my markers that thick. The next thing we got is the 192.168.100 network, which has been subnetted into so many other subnets, right? So notice we got 192.168.100.13. Pretty much this is .100.100. So it's been variously subnetted out here, and that's why it's broken down, and that's how we learned about these other networks. 100.0 network, that is 100.0/30, .4, .8, .12, etc., right? Y'all see that? I'll show y'all. This is pretty much the 12 network right over here. This is the .100.0 network. This is the 100.4 network, right? Because this is 5 and that's 6, right? And those are the next two usable. So this is the .4 network, etc., etc. What else we got? We got 100. This is locally configured interface. 100.18. Where's that at? That is right over here. That is that interface. That's what those L's stand for. It's locally significant to this router. And I'm not going to keep going and going, but we've basically got all the routes, right? Verify connectivity from host A, attempt to ping from host E, attempt to ping host A. Where's host E and A? We got host E right here. They said try to ping host A, which is right over here. So he might go like this way and then ping it that way like that, right? Let's get underneath Prater network guys and ping 192.168.5.2. 5.2. So we go down there. Where's he at? Zoom out some. Bring this down some. It's a little too wide, right? He's down here. And what was his address? 192.168.2.2, right? You see that right over there? 2.2. So we're gonna try to ping from that guy to that guy. 2.2. It should work because we look like we got full routing tables there, right? Wait for it.
12 seconds later.
Yep, looks like we got some replies, so that's a good sign. The next task was from host B. Oh, they want us to basically ping all of them. I'm not gonna do all of them, but so from host A, they want me to ping that guy, and then they want us to ping this guy, then they want us to ping that guy, and then they want us to ping that guy. I'll just ping this guy, the furthest one, and we'll just assume the other ones work. 1.2 is the next one. 1.2. So we'll ping 1.2, right? Get underneath, pray to the network gods. We got some replies. I'm just going to assume the other ones work. Are these pings successful? Task 2, right? We only got 3, right? Implement Eigrp wildcard masks. Examine the current Eigr configuration on all 5 routers. I'm not going to do all that shit. How many Eigrp autonomous systems, or ASs, are present in the network? Remember we said autonomous systems, right? For routers to participate in the Eigrp, they must sit in the same autonomous system, right? So I'm in AS number 5,000. Then the other router right next to me need to be an AS number. Guess what? You guessed it. 5,000. So let's see, since they might all be participating in the same AS number, right? So let's double check. We'll go to this guy. My favorite command to check that is show IP protocols. We scroll up to the top, we'll see the AS number is right there, 100. It doesn't say AS number, but I just noted it is. Another way to check is, I believe, show IP Eigrp. I can't remember. Neighbors will give us the neighbor's Eigrp AS number. But what? If our neighbor is in a specific AS number, then we should be in the same. So let's take a look at that command. It says right here, right there, neighbors for AS number 100. So we know, we can conclude the fact that he is in AS number 100. And his neighbor, he only got one neighbor, .17. We can probably say he's in AS number 100 as well. Let's go to Miami and check. All right. Welcome to Miami. Admin. Mabel. I believe the password is Cisco. So much for security there. I know Professor Black Ops is he's rolling in his grave right now. He ain't rolling in his grave, but he's in disgust right now with those passwords. Show IP. Y'all know I like protocols, right? And that tells me that it's in AS 100. And then the other one is what? Show IP Eigrp neighbors. That lets us know that we're in AS number 100. You can put a router in more than one AS number, but it's not really recommended, right? I don't think that's what it is. So we got one interface participating in one AS number and the other one participating in another one. Not that it's not recommended, but we could do that if we wanted to. But he's in AS number 100. And I'm going to check Daytona, and I'm not going to check all of them. They're most likely going to be all in AS 100, right? Admin, Cisco, right? Just in case y'all want to break into these routers. Show IP. I like protocols, right? But there's got to be another one. Eigrp. And that's what you want to kind of do to challenge yourself and to also be familiar with the other show commands, right? What's another way we can check what AS number we're in? We could do show run, but that'll give you all the answers, right? Show run and then say section router. That lets us know we're in AS number 100 that way, right? But that's looking at the running configuration. Show IP, what does the interfaces tell us? Show IP Eigrp interfaces lets us know we have interfaces in AS number 100, so that kind of tells us the interfaces, what's AS number they sit in. So yeah, that's another one that we could use. I'm not going to check all 5 routers. What commands should be issued on all 5 routers to specify the interfaces that should attempt to form Eigrp neighbor relationships? Well, I just showed you right there. Show IP Eigrp interfaces. That lets us know where we should attempt to form some neighbor relationships. Serial. So this is from Daytona. Daytona has this serial 00. That's probably serial 01, and then the other one is FA00. We may or may not have to. Yeah, we should. We definitely want to advertise. We need that interface to participate in the Eigrp. Otherwise, nobody will know how to get back here, right? So we need to do that too. Professor Black Ops said, just laughs. Yeah, I know you was like, man, what is going on here, man? This guy put them easy ass passwords. Admin, come on, man. I didn't know if you were still in there, Professor Black Ops. Anyway, understand wildcard masks. The network commands in router Eigrp configuration of each router identify the router interfaces that will participate in the Eigrp routing topology. In the initial configuration for this lab, the network commands include only the classful network address. This limits the flexibility of assigning interfaces to the Eigrp process. Briefly explain why this is so. That's a lot of goddamn explaining to do here. Let me see how I can explain this. In the initial configuration for this, the network commands only include the classful network addresses. Okay, so what they say in there is we're only going to include addresses that are like, they are perfectly subnetted. So like the ones that have the /24, /16 or /8 or whatever, right? If you were using variable subnets like 27 or I don't know, 29 or something like that, and then we're using different, that's not a good way to explain it. Yeah, that kind of is. Because if we're using, like, let's say 192.168.1.0, right? We know that it's a class C subnet. Then their subnet mask will be /24. But if we're using a /30 with a 192.168 address, that's a variable subnet, and that won't work. It wouldn't work if we don't have, I believe, that's why it limits the flexibility of assigning interfaces. I hope that kind of explains it, but that's kind of, subnetting is not my strongest point, and this is kind of difficult to explain, I guess, but I hope that helped. Describe the main difference between wildcard masks and subnet masks. I always told y'all that it's usually, so we know, like, for example, let's bring up the Subnet Calculator. So out of the Boson Netsim, they added a Subnet Calculator to Boson, right? So we have a Subnet mask calculator there, right? Let's say, that's a perfect example right there. This is the subnet mask, 255.255.0. Insider notation, it's written as a /16. The subnet mask would be the reverse of that. So in this case, if we're looking at it, reverse, it'd be 0.0.255.255. That would be the wildcard mask, right? And then we're just saying the first two octets, they need to match. The last two, we don't give a fuck what it is, just, it don't matter. That's what a wildcard mask does. I hope that makes sense, right? So we see /16 is the is written in insider notation, and this is the subnet mask. If we want to know the wildcard mask, we'll use this wildcard mask checker, which I don't think they'll allow in the CCNA exam or CCNP exam, right? But just for the sake of explaining this, let's say we did the wildcard mask of, can we do the wildcard mask there? That's not how I went. I don't even know how to use this wildcard mask. But it's usually the reverse. But anyway, let's see. Let's try it. Let me see how. I've never used this one before. Let's do 192.168.100.0. Right? Subnet mask of, I guess. Oh, that's a wildcard mask. See, that's the wildcard mask check. See, I don't want to do the 255.255, and that just matches these two addresses. See, I don't know how to use this wildcard mask, but I'm trying to figure out where they show you. See, that's the subnet mask, but I'm trying to show y'all how to explain the wildcard mask for this right here. Host IP. We move this over. See that? I'm trying to show y'all that this equals /16, but this don't really explain it that way. Anyway, that's what it is. Just know that the wildcard mask is the reverse of a subnet mask, right? That's how I kind of know it. Professor Backup says Cisco router must be completed to enforce password complexity. Multi-factor authentication is required for all administrative and user accounts on network devices. That's another STIG. I didn't know that. Yeah, a lot of companies have been using like two-form factor authentication or multi-factor authentication applications like Duo and what's another one that they've been using? Duo has been really the popular one amongst a lot of companies nowadays. Wildcard calculation formula is just 256 minus the actual. That's another way to explain it too. Shout out to Professor Blackhawk, but Pepper Jack Shack for that one. So if you want to know the wildcard mask of something, you say 255 minus whatever the subnet mask is. So in this case, which is pretty much the reverse of like what I was saying, I'll give you another example, right? We'll go to that /16 one that I explained, right? This /16, right? We know 255 minus 0 would be pretty much 255. So if we want to know the wildcard mask of, let's say, if this was 254, then we say 254 minus 255 minus 254. You put a 1 there, right? I hope that explained it, but that's a great way. It's 255. Wait, is it 256? It's 256 minus the actual number? I thought it was 255 minus the number. I thought it was 255 minus the actual number, but maybe it's 256. Yeah, it might be 256. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I believe it's 256. Yeah, 256 minus whatever that octet is in the actual subnet mask. So, what was the next one? Describe the no, we already did that. Explain how Eigrp would select interfaces if it was configured with the network 192.168.100.0. 256 start counting at 0. Yes. So yeah, it is 256. If it was configured, so let me see. Explain how Eigrp would select interfaces. It was configured with the network address 192.168.100.0. So I'll show y'all real quick. Here's another wildcard mask example. If I can move this over. 0 minus 255 is the range. That's 256 entries. Yeah, you count 0 as well. That's why you said 256. Stop that one. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. Gotta go attend to my daughter over here. So, like I was saying, so this right here would be equivalent to /24 or 255.255.255.0. Right? That would be the subnet mask. But the wildcard mask is the reverse of that. So 0.0.0.255. How is it going to select the interfaces? It'll match these first 3 octets is what it is. Anywhere that got a 0, it matches those exact numbers. And that's how it's going to select. So in this case, it would select anything that's in the 192.168.100 network. And it doesn't care about this last octet, which means that 255, it can be any number. So, I hope that explains it. What's the next thing they wanted us to do here? Implement Eigrp wildcard mask. Just ask any questions. There's a lot of smart people in the chat room there too, smarter than me. So, why are multiple network commands required? Briefly explain. Well, we might have network interfaces, in different networks. So we need network addresses to match other interfaces. But the way they explained, he said we use PAM. Privileged account management. Yeah, I've used PAM before as well for another organization that I work. So we set our AAA servers to point to PAM for the password. Then we can have rotating passwords. Yeah, PAM is another one. Another one that you see a lot is Beyond Trust. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. That's another one. Okta is another multi-factor authentication program application that I've seen. Yeah, Okta is huge. Okta is huge. But I've seen a lot of people using Duo. Duo. That's been a really popular one. But yeah, Duo, Okta is another one. I've been looking at Okta with AWS. But yeah, Cashapp. Another one that's equivalent to PAM is Beyond Trust. I've seen a lot of companies. The last company I worked for used it. We're just using the Radius server at a school that I work at. So what else? The next... reconfigure Eigrp on each router so that a single network command can be issued to specify all interfaces that will run Eigrp. Mobile Iron or whatever. I never heard of Mobile Iron. Never heard of that one. So they want us to reconfigure Eigrp. Let's see how they got it set up right now. Let's go to Key West first. They said on each one, right? So we'll do a show run. Let's see how they got it in the running config. Eigrp. They got one for the 5.0 network and one for the 100.0 network. We could just do one that's going to say 192.168.0.0. We can do that. And it's auto summarizing, so that's going to match all the interfaces there. So we don't have to worry about that third octet. So if they want us to reconfigure it, does that mean we need to remove these guys? Is that what they want us to do? Y'all let me know how you think they want us to do it. And if we don't know, what we can do is Control G. Actually, the solutions are at the bottom. So, Professor Blackout said, I'm going to do a zero trust video with Cisco Duo and AWS. That's what's up. Yeah, y'all check out Professor Blackout for any kind of like your cybersecurity needs and stuff like that. He does a lot of stuff with AWS. Well, how far along are you going for the what is it called, the cloud practitioner, AWS cloud practitioner cert? Which one are you going for right now? Set up ICE for CTS, SXP, SGT today. Micro segmentation, baby. That's what's up, man. You've been doing a lot of security stuff. Is that what you're trying to specialize into? Security, because I want to get into security as well. I want to do more like stuff with ICE. I want to get into more ICE. And Mobile Iron is good. Never mind. Yeah, I want to do some more stuff with ICE and more stuff with firepower. I think we could just use 192.168.0.0 for this right here. Let's go to global config mode. We say router Eigrp 100. Let me triple check though. How do they want us to do? And then they said, what would happen if you issued? Well, let me move on. Let me look at these other ones first before I do all of that and see how they did it. Show run section Eigrp. Probably got more than one network statement. Yeah, we could just do 192.168.0.0 if they want us to reconfigure it that way. That'll include all of these networks. But do they want us to get rid of all of these though? That's my question. Before I do all 5 of them, let me see how they did it, and then let me just check my answers. And that's why I love about Boson Netsim. They got answers on there. So, and yes, I was correct. That's what they did with all of them. Do they remove the other network statements though? That's my question. Yes. Because you don't. Oh, I see what they did. They basically removed all this shit and they just put one network statement. So I was correct with the network statement we're going to use. 192.168.0.0 with a wildcard mask of 00.255.255. But instead of removing these individual network statements, we could just remove the entire routing process. So let's go to global config mode. Let's start with Key West first, right? And then we'll get rid of 5.0 and 100.0 network. 192.168.5.0 and 100.0. We'll see it take down Eigrp. Let's put then the network statement 192.168.0.0 subnet mask of 000.255. What's ironic about this is I used wildcard masks in the last video and they didn't ask for wildcard mask. It worked, but that's not what they asked for. So that's why I didn't get the green check mark there. So don't matter. It worked, but that's not what they asked for. That's the only thing. That's my only gripe about whatchamacallit, Boson Netsim. So let's do Miami. Get rid of the 3.0 and the 100.0 network. Go to config mode, and then we'll say router Eigrp 100. No network. Actually, you know what? We'll just we'll get rid of Eigrp 100 altogether. No, huh? Oh, okay. Give me a second. Give me like 10 minutes. We'll remove that. Router Eigrp 100. We'll say network. What was the network address? 192.168. Let me know if y'all got any questions. 0.0 subnet mask of 000 or 00.255.255. Is that what I did on this one? Let me make sure it was 255.255. That's wrong. That need to be 255.255. So let's get rid of that. I'm glad I double checked that. Network, and it's 255, right? And then we got to do the same thing on this guy. That should bring up Eigrp. Wait for it. Bugs. It came up. There it is right there. So now these two are participating in Eigrp with a more simplified network statement. Let's go to reconfigure Eigrp on these 3 routers right over here. Y'all say hello to Alani. Say hi, guys.
Hello there.
Let's go to Tampa and get rid of those network statements. Admin, shout out to Professor Blackhouse over there. Tampa, and then password was Cisco. Let's do a show run. Let's just get rid of Eigrp altogether. Configure terminal. No router Eigrp 100. Right, and then we'll put it back in router Eigrp 100 and put the new network statement, which in this case is 192.168. What was it? 0.0, and then net wildcard mask of 00.255.255. And then that brought it back up. Now we need to do the same thing for these 2 guys right over here. Right? Y'all want to see what their network statements were? Let's see. Admin. You did it that time, right? Password is Cisco. Let's do a show run section Eigrp, right? These are the 2 network statements they had, right? But we could simplify it with just the 192.168.0.0, right? With the wildcard mask, so that way we're specifying anybody that has these 2 octets that match have those interfaces participate in Eigrp. And that's what we're doing there. But instead of removing these each individual network statements, we're just removing the process of router of Eigrp altogether. It is sitting right over there. See it? Let's go to global config mode. Kobe Ely said hello. One of my people said hello.
Hello there.
No router. Oops. Tur Eigrp 100. Router Eigrp 100, and it will say network 191 was done, y'all. 168.0.0. Subnet mask of 00255.255. And Daytona, do the same thing. Remove that routing process. Go to global config mode, and the laptop is dying. It looks like it's really time to go now, right? No router Eigrp 100 to remove it, and then we'll say router Eigrp 100, and then we'll give that same network statement 192. Y'all got any questions? Let me know. I hope I'm not losing anybody, you know. And if I can't answer it, there's some smart people, much smarter people in the chat room over there. 0.0 subnet mask of 00.255.255, and that should bring up Eigrp again. There it is right there. And what was the next thing they wanted us to do? We reconfigured Eigrp. We implemented the wildcard masks. The next thing they wanted us to do here was to display the Key West routing table. So we go to Key West. Y'all remember what it looked like before, right? Let's look at the routing table. Look at that big ass routing table. Let's see. We were routing for two networks, the 5.0 and 100.0 network. We had all of these networks to these individual subnets, right? I don't think it's really a summarized network statement, but we'll see what it looks like now. Show IP routes. Still kind of big, but now they just have it broken down to the 3.0 network, the 2.0 network, the 1.0 network, and then what else? It kind of looked the same. I was thinking of a summary route, which would kind of make your router table look a little bit smaller. But now we're just using one network statement to encompass all of those. Chicks25 said, "Are you not adding auto summaries to the config?" No, I'm not, but maybe I should. That could be a reason why. That's a good point, Chicks25. Let's see. Let's go to Key West and say, let's go to global config mode, router. That's a good point there. Eigrp 100, and say the auto summary. It should bring it down and bring it back up when we do that. Bloop, bloop. Is it? Wait for it. That's a good point though. Let me see. I don't think so. We may or may not need that command. Let me see. I'm gonna just check to see what exactly. Nah, it don't look like they say we gotta add the auto summary. But that's a good point though. Let me see. I'm gonna check in a minute. What we could do is we could do lab and then grade lab like this, and it'll tell us what we're missing. So I put it in on one of them. Pepperjack said Eigrp authentication using keychain. No, they didn't ask for that for this lab. Yesterday's lab asked for authentication for Eigrp though. So good point though. Back to what was the other one? They wanted us to look at the routing table. We did that, and then they said they wanted to know what would happen if you issued the router EIG command with an AS number other than 100 without removing the current config. I think what will happen is it'll say, I don't think anything will happen. It'll just say you're running another process. Let's see and find out. Let's go to Miami. Welcome to Miami, right? We know we're already in show IP protocols. We are in show IP protocols. We are in AS number 100. Let's do 1000, right? And see what happens, right? I believe it just says, and that's the point of labbing, right? You see what happens, right? We can break shit over here and nothing to happen, right? With no consequences. Router, Eigrp, let's do 5000. Actually, let's do, yeah, over here. Let's do,
It's over 9,000!
9,000 and see what happens. Nothing, right? But if we do a show IP protocols, we see we have Eigrp 100 there. Scroll down some, and there's Eigrp 9000, but we're not going to be broadcasting any networks there. Or do we have any neighbors there? So it just adds another process, but nothing happens. So let's get rid of that so that way it doesn't grade me. And my laptop is dying, so let me hurry up. No router, Eigrp. Man, this shit, man. This phone, man. Get rid of Eigrp 9.
It's over 9,000.
Get rid of that. And then show IP protocols. Just make sure there's only one process. There it is, 100. So that's what happens. It's just another routing process. Display Key West routing table, which we've done. Refer to the table and the output of the Key West routing table. Are all networks shown in the topology either directly connected or Eigrp routes, which we've done that already, and I showed y'all what the routing table looks like right here. Kind of looks the same. Compared to the output to the results you've previously received. Has anything changed as a result of implementing Eigrp masks? Not really. But let's say hold time expired. Are we running in Key West? Did it bring it down? I think that auto summary, did it mess it up? Let's see. Show IP Eigrp neighbors. Yeah, see, that is what happened there, Chicks25. So good point there. See, or I'm glad you saw. I'm glad we see what happens when we added that keyword, that auto summary. It actually took down Eigrp. See that? So let's take that out real quick. Global config mode. Router Eigrp. Router Eigrp 100. And I'm glad I only did it for one router, right? Let's say no auto summary. And wait for it.
2 hours later.
You would have thought they would have bought back Eigrp with that network statement, right? That no auto summary. Let's take a look at what's going on. Show IP protocols. That is up over here now. Last time we did it, it had no neighbors. Show IP Eigrp neighbors. Do we have any neighbors? Still don't know any neighbors. We broke something with that, didn't we? Once we did that auto summary, thanks a lot, Chicks25. No, I'm messing with you. Let me try to do this before the damn laptop dies. I'm trying to plug this up though, man. Let me see. Give me a second here before this damn laptop completely die on y'all midstream. All right, there we go. So we got rid of the no auto summary, but that still didn't. Let's see. We got to do Miami. Let's see. Well, take a look at Miami. Show IP Eigrp neighbors. He obviously has 3 neighbors. He should have 3 neighbors. Yeah, he does. So let's go back to Key West. Does he have a neighbor yet? No, he doesn't. Let's take a look at what's going on here. We got some troubleshooting here. Show run. Oops, show run. Section Eigrp. Let's take a look at what we did wrong here. 192.168.0.0. 0.0.255. We got rid of that auto summary. Should we bring it back? Let's bring it down and bring it back up, because we should see some neighbors here. What's going on here? Let's go to global config mode. Interface. What is that? Serial interface. What is that interface? Do show IP interface brief. The 5 is a local area network, so it's that one. The FA0 interface. FA01. FA0/1. Shut that bad boy down. No shut. Pete said, what he said? He said, 625 said, you are already summarizing the route, so the auto summary command isn't required. Okay, good point. Is that because all of the neighbors not auto summary? That could be too. It will only summarize routes from subnets on its own interfaces, not the ones you learn from others. Read that back. It will only summarize routes from subnets on its own interfaces, not the ones you learn from other routers. Why did auto summary break it? That I couldn't tell you, but we shut it down. Let's bring it back up. Why did it break Eigrp? That's crazy. Show IP Eigrp neighbors. That's interesting. That is rather interesting. Do we have the correct routing statement on here? Show run section Eigrp, and I gotta go attend to my daughter over there. Oh, we removed Eigrp altogether over this. What is going on here? Let's do a show run real quick. What happened to the Eigrp statement on this router? That didn't break it, did it? That's interesting. Where did we do that 9,000? That router 9,000. Was that on this router? That was what broke it. When we removed 9,000, for some reason, it got rid of 100. So that could be the reason why. I don't know. Configure terminal router EIGRP 100. We'll say network 192.168.0.0 00.255.255. Right? That should form a neighbor relationship. Now it's up. Now we go back to Key West, and there go the neighbor relationship we were looking for. That was weird, man. We removed 9,000, but it got rid of both of the autonomous system number autonomous systems. That was crazy. That was interesting to see. Anyway, y'all hit that like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button. I typically stream daily between 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to know what time I'm going to stream, make sure you join that Discord server. Follow me on all social media platforms. Not all. Twitter and Facebook. I mean, not Facebook. I got off of that shit. Twitter and Instagram at NetworkBruh. I'm not very active, but I try to do that just to kind of, put myself out there. Control G. Let's see what we're missing here. You missed one or more commands, and it's on Miami. So Miami's missing something. Let's head down to Miami and see what we're missing. Probably going to be the, let me think here. I'm trying to think before we go in there and see what we're missing. We got the network statement. We put in EIGRP 100. We did the wildcard mask. That's all that really would needed to be there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's go to Miami and see what's in there. Actually, you know what? Before you do that, let's go to Miami and check, see what we're missing. Probably the network statement, right? No, we did the network statement just now. So let's do a show run. Or show IP, EIGRP neighbors. He got 3 neighbors, as we expected. Show run. Let's just take a look and see what we're missing here. Let's see what we're missing, and then we're gonna call it a night. We changed the name. Where is the EIGRP? It's gone. What the heck is going on? Show run. EIGRP. I mean, section EIGRP. That's weird. That is weird. How is it not in running config? But then if we do a show IP EIGRP neighbors, it has a neighbor. That's got to be a glitch, y'all. Yeah, that's got to be a glitch. That don't make no sense. Y'all see that, right? Is it law? No. Mystery? No, I can't remember. There's another one that's
2 hours later.
Yeah, that don't make no fucking sense. Y'all see that, man? Show run. We have the EIGRP running on this network, on this router, but yet it is not in the running configuration. Is it in the startup configuration? Show start. Startup is not config. It's not present. You know what? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Let's do a copy run start. Copy run start. Yeah, that don't make no sense, y'all. Show run. I don't see no EIGRP network statement in here. That got to be a glitch. Let's Control G. It says we're missing the. I told y'all the EIGRP, which don't make no sense if he has any. If he has some neighbors. So this is a glitch. Is this a bug? It got to be. Chicks25 said software error. Yep, I think so too. So the auto summary superseded EIGRP. Nah, it looked like. Yeah, this thing's all jacked up, man. Y'all would think, man, I wanted to use Boson Netsim because my router's messed up yesterday. And here's Boson Netsim tripping now, man. Man, bye, man. Now comment, like, subscribe to the network.